Okay, I'll start then,
I
shall
cannot wait you every
I?
time.
Always
And I'm
will.
going to make everyone watch it.
We're going to talk about Fable and how crazy it is and what's going on.
Oh, that was it? Okay. Yeah, definitely worth the wait.
Yeah.
Fable. So Fable got pulled back.
Yeah.
That's not the point of this story. Everybody knows that's going on.
Yeah.
And in a way, this is related to the story we did, who knows how long ago, about the overwhelming number of CVs getting thrown in, right? Like just
Yeah.
kind of the capabilities of these platforms are expanding. So the key issue here is that it is becoming, according to this article, relentlessly proactive.
Yeah. This was kind of fascinating. So the I think I've read a few reviews of Fable while it was out for those 2 days or whatever. I played around with it myself actually. And in general, the gist I got was that if a decent LLM, a decent model, is like having a senior coder working for you, Fable is like having a team of developers working for you. And this is an example of where, so Simon Williamson is quite a famous AI commentator. He uses a lot in his work. I think he's gone to work for, I don't know, one of the big people like Anthropic or someone, or sorry, OpenAI, whoever, I don't know. And he said he tested it out at a new Claude session, and he said, look at this screenshot and look at the dependencies and help figure out why there's a horizontal scroll bar on there. And then he sort of went off to make a cup of coffee. And then
Not
when he
do
came
anything
back,
about it, just figure out why
yeah.
this is the case. Okay.
So when he came back to see what Claude was up to, it was like it had a Safari or a Firefox window open, and it was taking screenshots of the page.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, what's going on?
What are you doing?
How did this happen? I haven't given you permission to do this. How are you taking, like, yeah, it was quite crazy. He said, when I came back a few minutes later, I saw my machine open a browser window in my regular Firefox and then navigate to the dialog in question. I had not told Claude Code to use any browser automation, and I was pretty sure it wasn't possible for it to trigger mouse movements. So what was it doing? He goes on to talk about how it had run something called UV -- with Pi Object C framework Quartz, and it had figured out how to iterate through available windows, then filter for Safari windows and look for strings that contain text area. And then it was generating its own HTML drafts, looking at them, and then using a screen capture command line utility to take a screenshot, which is bonkers.
Well, he did say figure it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, he goes into more detail.
It didn't say figure it out with your hands tied behind your back.
Yeah. Oh my God. It even said that it figured out how to use AppleScript to tell the applications to tell the prefix the ID of window 1 when it had found a part of the window. I mean, yeah.
It seems like it might have been easier to just like read the source code and like, because it's probably like a CSS or a max width thing, maybe.
Yeah. This is the biggest thing I've run into, is when I ask Claude something about something or other, it will do it in a way that is like, why? I mean, you're achieving what I asked, but you're doing it in a very roundabout manner.
Way. Yeah, I ran into that. I think this is actually in my notes for another story, but I was doing what did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to capture poker hands in real time from video poker, just to create a log of the of the hands as they were played. And so this involves like screen capture and optical character recognition and all that. And Claude is coming up with this super complicated, like, the way it's scanning the page and it's looking for this, looking for that. And I said, well, you know the dimensions of the page and you know where the cards are going to be placed. So why not just start there and make everything relative to that fixed point that you definitely know, because it's just half the height and half the width. It's like, oh, you're right. That's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't do that. So stuff like that gets me.
what this reminds me of so much is I can like uh I can pick times in my career as a web developer where I made the same kinds of mistakes. If I go back and look at code I've written before, I went in such roundabout ways of doing things to get to where I wanted to get, um, as a human.
Yep.
And it's just because, I wasn't being I didn't have someone to review my code. I wasn't in a collaborative environment or whatever. But it's very normal things to happen.
And that, good. Sorry.
It just seems funny to us because we can see the clear path.
Because we have that experience. And I think that's where everybody's like, oh, I vibe coded this app and it's perfect. Like, well,
yeah,
having a programming background makes a huge difference in the quality of results you can get with what would be considered vibe coding. So I find personally, like, I have no problem just saying, hey, Claude, write me the function that does this. But I definitely have to keep an eye on what it's doing and how it's doing it.
Well, the approach I think a lot of people are using is having multiple agents and having them review each other's code. And you can have like a thinking model for the reviews and then, I don't know, a coding model for another one. And, they're better at different things, which again is just like a human team of developers.
The other thing you mentioned that annoys me about LLM assisted coding is when you, like, I very often just want to like, hey, why did you do that? Like, literally, I want to know why you did that. Instead, it's like, oh, you're right. Let me go do something else. I'm like, no, stop. Wait, I didn't say do something else. I just asked you why.
That is exactly how I started the first ever, my mobile app. I typed into Codex, let's build an app that shows you what's across the water. And like in
coding.
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes later, it's still coding something for me. And I was like, I just wanted to talk about it. Like, yeah.